Okay, let's do it. Let's answer your questions now. First up, Jim, from you, to you, excuse me, Brian, Lincoln, Nebraska. This question's for Farmer Jim. A few months into the crisis, I took your advice on Viacom. The stock is up handsomely. Thank you for the final trade recommendation on multiple shows. All right, so what do I do with it now as it hits 82? Good question. What's the answer?
Yeah, I think you're supposed to sell it here. It's up more than handsomely. It's up 130% just year to date. I sold it back around 70. Look for a pullback. The streaming business is doing really well, but it's too expensive here. Sell it. Look for a pullback to re-enter.
Okay, thank you for that. Dr. J, from Doug in California, what do you think of GE and the reverse stock split? Feels like they can't figure out how to get their house in order. And you did have that other note from Tusa, Steve Tusa over at JP Morgan today, $5 price target. What's up?
Well, I certainly love the performance so far, Scott, and the fact that they're going to put it to a shareholder vote on this 1-for-8 reverse stock split, I think is a positive. It doesn't, of course, change anything about the market direction for the stock, but they wanted a triple-digit stock. They're going to get it now, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, but would you still own the calls?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'll, of course, with this stock split, again, with that May approval, that's when the meeting is that they'll ask for the shareholder approval. I think that this is something that attracts more interest again, but it doesn't really change anything fundamentally. But I do like it.
Okay. Josh, to you, Greg in Florida, what's going on with Wingstop?
Wingstop is having a little bit of a cultural moment. Last week, Drake's new EP came out. There were 3 tracks. The best of the 3 was called the Lemon Pepper Freestyle with Rick Ross. And Ricky Rose actually owns a number of Wingstop locations. He's the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. So I think technically does not look as good as the lemon pepper wings actually taste. 123 is support going back, let's say, to the spring of 2020. If it falls below there, it tells you the buyers did not appear where they should have and something has changed. If it stays above, I think it could be okay. But this is not my type of setup, and I much prefer the garlic parmesan. All
right, Josh, keeping it real as always. He's our culture czar. Thank you for that. All right, Carrie, American Tower. It's from Adrian in Massachusetts. Is it a buy for a 5G?
Oh, Adrian, my home state here. So AMT has been a really rough stock. In fact, since last July, it's been basically trading down, and that almost coincides when T-Mobile and Sprint merged, and they lost some of their rentals because of those 2 customers becoming one. And we think that discount is now in the stock price, and it is time to buy the stock here, and we expect the next year or 2 to be very good for AMT, American Tower.
All right, we have a bonus question for you, Farmer Jim, from Steve in New Jersey. Why is the GM position you put me in down on the day when the market is ripping everywhere else? Should I buy more or just start listening to others on the investment committee? Oh, it's Steve Weiss. Steve Weiss. It's Weiss.
Listen, I love that Steve is in GM. Steve, you got to do what you've done with Boeing and Cliffs and just stick with it. For some reason, you keep getting in and out of GM. I've never told you to do that. I've told you to buy and hold GM. Buy and hold GM, Steve.
All right, you're a good sport, Jimmy. Thank you.